Now, the eagle-eyed among you might be thinking, hey, Mark, everything's the same from your last two videos before this one. Got the same shirt on, got the same blue shirt hanging on the chair there. Haven't you changed? Well, the fact is actually I've had to make 3 videos in one day, which is quite unusual for me, but, time was running out and I had to get them made. So this is what I'm doing. Hello, everybody. Welcome to and welcome back to my channel, Book Time with Elvis, with me, Mark. And I hope so much that you're all doing very well indeed. Now, this is a TBR video, actually. This is my October TBR. Yes, it is October already. Now, the problem I've got is that, apart from my display not working properly in the background there, the problem I've got is that I still have a few hangovers from September that are carrying on through into October. One being R.F. Delderfield's To Serve Them All My Days, which is fantastic. That's a buddy read I'm doing with fantastic subscriber Sonia. And the other is Dangerous Liaisons, or Liaison Dangereux, which I haven't even got to yet. And it's part of my French project, and I'm failing. I'm now a month behind, so that's not good. So it may look like I've chosen a lot of books, but many of them are short story collections, so I might actually just read one or two from them. I'll see how I go. And I want to kind of be in the spirit of Victober, let's say. Although the first book I'm going to talk about isn't Victorian, but it is the monthly pick for the fantastic Black Hearts Book Club run by Carrie from Very Literary Carrie. And this month she has chosen Patricia Highsmith's Strangers on a Train, so I shall be reading that. I mean, I love the film, so I'm looking forward to reading this. Crisscross. Should be great. So I look forward to seeing how that goes. Next up is actually a non-fiction, and it's Victorian adjacent, perhaps, although it is a non-fiction set about the Victorian era. And I've already mentioned it in the previous video about Historathon Q4. Historathon, if you're unaware, is a fantastic year-long reading event hosted by Vin from Revenant Reads and a load of other wonderful hosts, myself included. Maybe not in the wonderful part, but at least in the host part. And that's Franny Moyle's Desperate Romantics, The Private Lives of the Pre-Raphaelites, which I'm thoroughly looking forward to because, again, like Strangers on a Train, I enjoyed the film. I really enjoyed the BBC series of this, so that will be really interesting to get to as well. Now, as I say, the next one actually is... actually, it might be also... I'm not sure actually if this one's a novel or a non-fiction, but we'll see. I don't know. But it's Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The Tragedy of the Korosko, which is about a group of tourists who travel down the Nile to visit historical sites in Egypt and then get kidnapped by a band of outlaws. So it's pretty short. Should be great. Fits into Victober, published in 1898, so that's fine, and that should be quite interesting. And as I say, most of the rest are short stories, or at least short novels. One is the supernatural short stories of Charles Dickens, so that should be great. Obviously all published during the Victorian era, and this, like this one, is an Alma classic, and if you watch this channel, you know I very much do like Alma Classics as a publisher. Now, I read Ghost Stories of an Antiquary by M.R. James last year, as well as a life of M.R. James through his letters earlier on this year. Now, some of the stories will be repeated in this, but this is Ghost Stories of M.R. James by Penguin. I can't remember the name of the Penguin English Library edition. Some of them, as I say, I have already read, but others I will definitely read. Especially, I guess I'm assuming they're all in. Well, actually, no, they're not actually. The first collection was published 1904, so falls out of the Victorian era. I mean, I suppose M.R. James himself still a Victorian, but it doesn't matter because the short stories is October and I want to read them anyway. But I will get back to some Victorian works. One being H.G. Wells's The Island of Dr. Moreau, which, believe it or not, I haven't read yet. I've read, of course, The Time Machine, The Invisible Man. I wanted to read The Invisible Man, reread The Invisible Man, but I'm not sure I'll have time, but we'll see. And this is, of course, published in Victorian times, 1896, so we're good to go on that front. And the last one are Tales of Unrest. Last of the short stories, let's say, are Tales of Unrest by Joseph Conrad, and also we comfortably fit into the Victorian era as these were published in 1898. And this, of course, is a collection of 5 stories that were published before Heart of Darkness. They're all set, but I think I'm just trying to read the back, Central Africa, I suppose, as Heart of Darkness was. So I think this will be great fun. And the last book on this list is the Book Time with Elvis Patreon Book Club pick of the month. Should you want to join, then feel free to check out my Patreon details down below. You can see my wonderful patrons, of course, are displayed on the screen there. You can try free for a week, which I think is a bargain. And then after that, I believe, depending on your currency, but I think the stand is around $4 per month. So for the price of a cup of coffee, you get to hang out with me and see more of my content that maybe isn't necessarily put on here. But anyway, the hard sell is over, and the book pick for the month of October is The Turn of the Screw by Henry James, which of course is a wonderful book for the scary season, or the kind of psychological thriller season, with Halloween and everything coming up at the end of October. And this of course is regarded as his masterpiece. And I very much enjoyed the old 1960s, late 50s, early 60s film The Innocents, which is based on this, and it was always a standard Halloween night viewing in my household. So there we have it. So thank you ever so much. Do let me know in the comments below what you think of my choices for the month, and let me know, of course, what you will be reading. So everybody, do take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.